Hey guys, it's been a little while since I've done a CamBam video, and I just wanted to show off this plugin that a CamBam user named JK, or that's the handle he goes by on the CamBam forum, created recently. See this little arrow right here? Here, I'm circling it right there, it's highlighted. That little arrow turns on an associative arrow system that kind of helps you keep operations and geometry that are associated straight. When you first turn it on, it just shows all of the layers that have geometry that is associated with operations. Now, if we wanted to know only ones that were associated with operations in this folder, say it shows that these three bits of geometry are associated with operations in this part and in this part. And it shows us that we're roughing and finishing this surface right here. On the other side of that, we can select one of these, and it shows us that the geometry associated with this particular operation is all contained in this layer. When we open it up, we can see that it's this surface and this polyrectangle are used in that operation. I know it seems like a simple thing, but it's a really cool add-on that helps you keep track of what's what. To give you an idea how much geometry is in this simple mold file, let me just open up the layers and give you an idea how much there is. Not all of it's used. Some of it was used for laying stuff out, like this point list and this point list aren't used in operations. They're used for nesting, i.e. to duplicate cuts over a pattern. But it's really cool that I can just select an operation and then scroll up here and see exactly what geometry is associated with that operation. When you have a lot of geometry and a lot of operations, it's really easy to get lost. For instance, this one right here looks like, I don't know, about 10-12 operations, and all that does is cut out the end of one plate for a hinged mold. You know, that's just one setup. Here's another to do the pins and screws that hold the other end together and line it up, and so on. And this is a fairly simple mold, or a fairly simple project. You could easily have hundreds of geometry elements and dozens of operations. So this cool little plugin that allows you to instantly select either geometry or an operation and see what is reciprocally associated with that can really help you find things and tweak little things and adjust things and basically just keep track of your work. I'd have to say JK did a really good job on this plugin. It's so subtly simple in appearance, but it works. It works effectively. I just think it's cool. Anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you get some use from it. Real quick, I'll just remind you that if you want to download a plugin, you can go to the CamBam forum. Well, if it's on the forum, it just so happens that right here he was talking about it. Plugin to visually link mops and geometry. And he's got it right here, the latest version. But also David, that's DH42, he's a moderator and administrator here on the forum, I believe has already added it to his plugins page for useful plugins by users. Let's take a real quick look. And take a look here, plugin web page. Alright, Control F, visually, nope, Geolink, that's what he calls it, the Geolink plugin. Now this one's only compatible with version 1.0. I think most of us hardcore CamBam users are currently using the version 1.0 version of CamBam, which is actually an alpha release. I've been using it exclusively for months. Haven't used 0.98 I haven't even got it installed on this computer. So if you haven't tried out version 1 alpha, go ahead and download it and try it out, and try this plugin with it. It looks like this page doesn't have the latest version, but if we go back to JK's original post on this operation, plugin to Geolink, or Geolink as he called it, yeah, he's got a version 1.2 set up. And I believe the version 1.2 is the one that associates both boundary selected shapes as well as primary geometry. So it's a pretty cool little thing. Anyway, after you download it, wherever it goes, then you now let's open this up here. Oh, that'll work as good as anything. Sorry, I've got multiple monitors on this computer and I've only got it recording one. Anyway, you go to usually your C drive, program X or x86 files, CamBam Plus 1.0 plugins, Geolink right here. There's the plugin already installed. And on Windows 10, I have to go in and hit the properties. And if it hasn't already been done, there's a little box here that says unblock, and you have to select that to unblock it. Otherwise, Windows will block the DLL file from loading, and the new plugin won't show up when you open CamBam. Anyway, that's it. Just put the plugin, just copy and paste the plugin out of the zip file into this directory, and set the properties to unblocked for that file, and it should automatically operate the next time you run CamBam. There you go. Anyway, I hope that's useful to you guys. I thought it was an awesome little plug-in to help you keep track of your work, help you keep track of your operations, help you keep track of your geometry. I mean, just looking here, let me minimize these. If I wanted to simplify this a little bit, I can go in here, and just looking at these, I can see that all of these layers and this layer don't have any operations associated with them. So I could delete all of those. And like in this one here, there are a number of bits of geometry that aren't associated with an actual operation. If I needed to, or wanted to clean it up, I'd just delete all those. In this case, a lot of these extras, like these, show me where the nested cuts will be and these are actually the point lists right here for nesting the operations. I probably should move those up to the general layout rather than in the mold file. This right here was actually the little polyline that I used to extrude this surface. So it's not really related to the project. I could delete it. I don't need it anymore. But you could use it to clean up your files. You can use it to keep track of everything. You can use it, like I use standard templates for hinged mold files like this. So I've got all of these layers are pre-created when I use the template. And so I could go back through, if this was something that I was going to machine multiple times, I could just delete all of the unnecessary geometry, all of the unnecessary layers, and it's real easy to track and keep track all of that with this cool little plugin. If he hadn't named it Geolink, I'd call it the Arrow plugin, because it's just too cool. There we go. Anyway, I hope that you guys found that useful. I thought it was cool. Have a great day. If you are offended by shameless commercial content, then stop watching. Alright guys, and here's that shameless commercial content we were talking about. Just go to www.cncmolds.com, and yeah, you can buy my molds and equipment and stuff, but I think most of you guys could probably make your own if you're checking out CamBam videos. Of course, I'm not saying buy my stuff. That's why I've got you here. Let's take a look here. I've got some baseball caps that some of my customers said they'd like. Let's take a look at them here. That's the current price. Obviously, it could change. If you're outside the United States, it's probably costs more to ship it to you than the cap costs. But if you're willing to pay the shipping, I'm willing to sell it to you. I would note that these hats were made in China. I don't have a embroidery machine here in the shop. And to be honest, when all is said and done, I probably only make a couple bucks on a hat anyway. But, you know, if you'd like one, if you'd like to show a little appreciation for some of the work I've done, well, I'd certainly appreciate it. And the way to do that is buy one of these hats, put it on your head, go out in public and let people see it and go, who the heck is CNC molds and stuff? No, seriously, they're pretty cool. And the actual hats look a little bit sharper than that. I'll see if I've got a picture of one handy that I'll tack on here at the end of the video.